As the economy struggles, many Nigerians are finding soaring rents in major cities distressing.
I was paying about 200,000 before now. Now I'm paying 550.
So sometimes the landlords might decide to take an increment of up to 100%.
How realistic is Nigeria's tenancy regulation in a highly competitive real estate market? Latifat Adebukola, a banker, recently moved into Lagos, Nigeria's commercial hub, and has been house hunting since July 2024. She's been offered this apartment for 1 million naira in Bagada.
It's a lot. I mean, how would I get a room self-contained of 800k and the total package will be amounting to 1.5 million naira? You get the house and it will be so small that after putting in your bed, in fact your 4.5 mattress, there's no space for you to put any other thing.
In Abuja, the Nigerian capital, it's a similar tale for most residents. Felix Ugu, a social worker, relocated to the capital city last year after securing a job. He had to pay 3 times his previous rent in northwestern Nigeria's Kano state, where he lived previously, for the same property type in Kado, a few kilometers away from the Abuja metropolis.
I was paying 250,000 naira in an estate, by the way, an estate in a very good neighborhood in Kano, 250,000 naira then. But coming to Abuja here, in this current place I'm staying now, I pay like that amount times 3. So there is a 300% increment on my rent.
Latifat and Felix represent millions of Nigerians grappling with soaring rents. In major cities like Lagos, Abuja and Port Harcourt, the average cost of a newly built 1-bedroom apartment goes for 1.5 million naira, while a 2-bedroom apartment goes for 2 million naira and a 3-bedroom apartment goes for 2.5 million naira.
They are increasing the house from 110,000 to 250,000 naira. But they have not done anything in that house. The borehole is not even correct, it's not good, and they are increasing it.
Previously I think from 130, they jumped to 300, to 250, 300. That's for 1-bedroom flats.
2-bedroom apartment is set to go for around less than 1 million naira. But at the moment, it is quite a stretch to find a house for 1.5 to 2 million naira.
So why are Nigerians witnessing such sharp rent increments? Rents in Nigeria are generally determined by location, property type and amenities available to a tenant. However, in recent times there are more factors at play.
I bought this property in 1981. I bought it very cheap at that point in time, but you have to continue to maintain houses. You don't maintain it, it will fall apart.
Akiola Oloruntoba lived in the diaspora for 25 years before returning to Nigeria in 1997. Upon retirement, he relies on this property for sustenance. He blames high cost of building materials for rising housing rent.
This pipe, in this broken place, this place is broken down, you can see it. The pipe is 4,500. I'm going to buy 2 here. That is 9,000. A bag of cement is 10,500 naira. That is 19,500, isn't it? And labor, you're talking about close to 30,000 naira.
An old house like mine, where I could buy a bundle of zinc previously for less than 20,000, today is pursuing 60-something thousand to buy an iron corrugated roofing sheet. So if I have to do maintenance, and Port Harcourt will have this salty environment, the zinc will not last for more than 2 years once you replace it. So the cost of replacement and maintenance is on the high side.
If a house owner was maybe 2 years ago, was given an apartment at 1 million naira, and will now have inflation, it will not be fair to that particular landlord to say collect the same 200,000 he was collecting 2 years ago.
Once demand is higher than supply, the prices will definitely jump up. The exchange rate now is not helping matters.
But these are not the only challenges Nigerians are contending with. As many Nigerians come to terms with their new economic realities, concerns have been raised over the role of third parties in real estate transactions.
We register online to market property. Like me as a person, I pay over 200,000 online for marketing. So that's why we make it easy for people out there to get us easily. I've been with someone for like 1 month. At the end of the day, he told me that his money has not completed.
Number one, there's agency fee, like that's my own commission. Then there is legal fee, that's for the barrister that's in charge of the property. Then there is caution in case of any damages. The caution is refundable.
If the rent is 2 million, they might tell you the caution fee, the refundable caution fee is 300 or 400,000. Then we have the legacy fee. Some landlords say drink money. You still have the agent fee, which is 20% currently right now. And you look at service charge.
The idea about real estate investment is a long-term investment. So it's never something that you would say, I spent 40 million naira in developing a property, a particular property somewhere, and then you want to recover it within the next 4 or 5 years.
But what does the law say about these practices?
Generally, as it is in most of the states in the country, recovery of premises are actually dealt with by rent tribunals. In
Nigeria, the landlord and tenant relationship are mostly guided by the Land Use Act. But for comprehensive regulation, the Lagos State government enacted the tenancy law in 2011 with the aim of protecting residents from exploitative real estate transactions. Section 4 of the tenancy law, for instance, prohibits landlords from collecting more than 1 year's rent in advance for residential property. Section 37 also says rent increment must be reasonable and mutually agreed upon. The Lagos State Estate Agency Regulatory Authority guidelines further provide that agency fee on rents must not exceed 10%, while legal fee must not exceed 12.5%. But experts say enforcement of these regulations are loose.
If there are crime and the state is involved, of course, state is willing to do the needful and to make sure an example is being set. But the reality is that before a state can even go ahead to prosecute a landlord in that situation, they need a complainant.
In February 2024, Lagos State Commissioner for Housing Moruf Akinderu Fatai, in a statement, said government will wield a big stick on allottees who engaged in sharp practices.
You cannot say, I want to make housing affordable for people. Then what you build yourself, that's the government, their own property, they will not sell it out at a high amount, an amount they cannot achieve.
Latifa's search for affordable accommodation continues, and although Felix has secured a place, millions of other Nigerians continue to seek affordable shelter. And until there's more investment to meet Nigeria's housing demand and effective application of tenancy regulations across the country, the status quo will remain. Ayuba, Iliya, Gist, Nigeria.